Ghana. There's Reshi. Back in towards Ivan Toney. Just like that, they're level. And that's what he does. Instinctive flick of the foot to find the finish and bring up the half-century in the colours of Ahli. Ivan Toney scores for the 6th game in a row.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Ivan Toney. Keeps himself on side. Masrahi with the ball in. What a finish that is, by the way. And it was quiet because you're thinking as it hit the back of the net because the fans didn't react too late. But he's both-footed. It's a brilliant ball in, and it's such a cultured finish with his left foot. The way he just they've probably done that quite a bit this season, where they've been disappointing in the first half and have a big reaction in the second half, and that's what they're having at the moment.
Galeno. He's allowed to continue. Galeno goes for goal. It's spilled and it's in. And they've turned it around thanks to Toney. Much more straightforward finish for him this time, but he was in the perfect place to apply the touch. His goals keep coming, and Ahli have not been hanging around in this second half as they look to close the gap on the leaders. This has been some turnaround. It's
been a brilliant turnaround, and Galeno does ever so well, but I think Morris, the goalkeeper, will be disappointed. But all as good strikers do, he's the first one to react, Ivan Toney. It's brilliant play from Galeno. Once he comes inside, can he work the goalie? Is he onside? Toney, he is. Yeah, it's disappointing goalkeeper from Morris, but that's what good strikers are about. Ivan Toney, he's the first one to react and just passes it into the empty net. And he thoroughly deserves that. He's been outstanding in his second half, and so has Ahli. But yeah, looking back at that, Morris will be disappointed.
9 of their last 11 here at home in the league, though, have Ahli. So strong at the shining jewel. Here they come again with Kessie. Looking for Morris, gets the flick on, and there, for a moment, he thought was the hat-trick. Ivan Toney touching it in, the flag's gone up.
He says no, and I think it's a really close one, to be fair, because it's a brilliant header back across from Mahrez, and I think he anticipates it on the front foot. And sometimes you know as a striker if you're offside. Oh, and he might be just offside. It is a close one. I can understand it's close. I can understand why the linesman's put his flag up, but it is very, very, very close.
Well, they're checking it. They're currently having a look at it. What the technology is there for.
It's a 34-game season, but we are getting nearer to that end now. You start doubling up on the games. This one 0-0 back in September when these two occupied the top 2 rungs of the table in the early standings as Mahrez, and now he's in and trying to set up Ivan Toney. And the net ripples in Ivan Toney's favour once again. 16 for the Roshn Saudi League season. And it is 8 goals in 11 games for Ivan Toney.
Well, it's such a simple move, all from Edouard Mendy, the goalkeeper. It's a long ball over the top. The AR will check to see if Riyad Mahrez held his run. The defender Calvo gets it all wrong, but it's all about Riyad Mahrez's first touch. It's a super first touch, and he knows exactly where Ivan Toney is. But in turn, Ivan Toney knows exactly where Riyad Mahrez is going to put the ball for him. See him in between the goal posts, 6 yards out.
No mistake, and Ivan Toney makes it 2 for Ahli. And there's no real surprise that their star man up top has done it again. A fist pump from Matthias Jaisler, and there is a gap between these two teams now.
One of the best in the world at taking penalties. He really is, Ivan Toney. A short run-up, such a confident run-up, and he looks where the goalkeeper goes. It's so hard for the goalkeeper. Ivan Toney's constantly watching the goalkeeper, and as soon as there's a twitch, a flinch, he just angles his foot into the opposite corner. One of the world's best at taking penalties, and those supporters know when he...
He can, of course he can. 3 goals from Ivan Toney. Dispatching another penalty, and a result that we've known was beyond doubt for some time now. has got an extra layer of gloss.
Never doubt that man from the penalty spot. I mean, we said it in the first half when he took that penalty. He's got so much confidence and self-belief. His penalty record is absolutely incredible. The goalkeeper there, Rodak, to his credit, he tries to stay, he waits and he waits and he waits. Ivan Toney looks back and has a little giggle at him, says you tried, but once again, as soon as the goalkeeper moves, closes his foot, doesn't have to find the corner, Ivan Toney, because with that technique, once the goalkeeper's gone, so long as he eludes the goalkeeper, he knows that he scores one of, if not the best.
They do have a big opportunity with the sending off of the Al Najma striker, Felipe Cardoso. That is a fine ball in, sent the direction of Morris, tucked home by Toney, and there he is, bang on time, as is so often the way, and it's goal number 21 in the Saudi Pro League season for Ivan Toney. Finds Faris Abrakan. And Hassawi is still going here, and they have plenty waiting. It's another for Ivan Toney. Call as you like. And he powers one under Braga. And they had a third, a scoreline that certainly flatters Ahli. But the goals just keep on flowing for Ivan Toney this season in the Saudi Pro League.
Could have had a hat-trick tonight, couldn't he? That missed penalty in the first half. It's a really good finish from a tight angle. Super ball to the far post. Gonçalves, the substitute, stands the ball up. Deflection just in front of the goalkeeper, Victor Braga. Looked like he was getting there, the goalkeeper. Deflection just in front of him, takes it underneath his body. That's a really good finish from Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney scores this time. The hat-trick is in the bag. It's a hat-trick of hat-tricks for the season. It wasn't about to miss from the spot a second time around. And now Ahli at goal number 4. Emphatically done by Ivan Toney.
No mistake, second time round for Ivan.